No. Well, hello and welcome to week 125. The Laika update is here, Peeps. It's finally here and it's chock-a-block full of goodies. Now, I am here with Corney, who is doing his intro for his Twitch channel, and so we will patiently await his return. I can't wait to get this started. So we're at week 125 updates, the free Laika update, which includes a massive free update, including leveling and talents for pets, new mounts, companions, and deployables and items for them. So it's absolutely brilliant, isn't it, Corney?
Oh, it is. It is. I've already done a little bit of gameplay with the Laika, and I like it.
Me like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the Laika.
We like it, Laika. We is looking forward to this. So,
Ooh, yeah.
before we do so, a message from Rocket. And he says, we release the key content for free in our updates, pairing them with companion DLCs that contain adjacent or decorative content. For a detailed outline of our strategy, you can read more below. Which I haven't actually shown. So, if you could take us through that, please, Corney.
So, on December 4th, 2021, we released Icarus to deservedly mixed reviews. It was a big project for a new studio, and our launch was filled with plenty of stumbles. At a certain point, you have to stop making the game you think you should be making and start making the game you actually have. We took a deep look at how we are operating and committed to doing an update every week to earn the trust of the community. We did so every single week, with not a single one missed, including through COVID lockdowns, 2 serious floods, a tropical cyclone, a gas leak, and an active shooting. Talking about dedication, huh?
Yeah.
Now we are carving out an approach that involves releasing content, uh, releasing consistent free updates to the game, and alongside that also paid DLC that is adjacent or decorative. These DLC are hopefully a little underwhelming compared to the free content we release. This is intended though. It's part of us trying to carve out a space in the middle of the market. We're thrilled we have been able to continue to make Icarus better and better. We have a massive amount of new free content planned and exciting work coming with the new major Dangerous Horizons expansion, as well as a whole host more free major updates. Our DLC is also not DRM checked beyond a cursory Steam check, which can be easily bypassed, especially when running a dedicated server. We place as little restrictions as possible on our DLC, all very much intended. Now, initially, our move away from data decentralization was not popular. The move away from data centralization or their data decentralization was not popular, but I feel confident time has shown it was the best decision. The move away from central servers was enormously expensive for the studio in development costs, but secured a future for Icarus. That means it would outlive the studio. We believe this is an important step in all game companies should make, regardless of the costs. We hope to continue to earn your support in our efforts to make games this way, in ways that let the games live far longer than the studios that make them, and the platforms that hold them. This was a message from Dean Rocket Hall, the CEO. Totally agree. Data decentralization. So even if the company would basically cease to exist, the game itself will still continue to be working. If they would have kept the data centralized on their servers and the company stops and basically ceases to exist, it means those servers will be shut off and there would be no gameplay no more. At least this way, there still will be gameplay.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah. It's definitely proving its worth right now. I didn't understand it when they were first talking about it, but now that it's happened, I get it. You know, I'm not technologically minded, you know, so I mean, explaining something to me that technical, I'm not going to get it, right? But you show me
Mhm.
how it works and why you've done it, then yeah, I'll get it.
Now, there are games that are that are abandoned by the developers, the
Yeah,
so-called abandonware. Uh, if if those games would rely on servers from the developers, from the company that developed it,
they can't play the game
it
anymore.
means exactly. It means this abandonware would not be able to be played no more.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm glad the team decided to uh, move away from these centralized servers. Sure, it gave a couple of like negative, it had a bit of negative impact because if multiple people are joined in one session, one prospect, open world, mission, whatever, only the one who originally hosted it can continue host the game unless you run it on a dedicated server.
Hmm.
So no longer can anyone who joined the prospect can resume the prospect, but I think there's a small price to pay for the longevity of the game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, it opens it makes it more accessible whilst almost hindering the accessibility, if that makes sense. But it works. So, anyway, our free Laika update is here. And this is a trailer about it. So I'll play that. Well, there you go. That was the Laika video. That Labrador looks really cute.
It's a shepherd actually, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's colored like a Labrador.
Something else. It is called a shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I've gotten one already.
Surprise, surprise. Alrighty. So, Laika was a Soviet space dog who was one of the finest animals in space and the first to orbit the Earth. As the technology to deorbit had not yet been developed, Laika's survival was never expected. She died of overheating hours into the flight on the craft's fourth orbit. Animals have been a part of our existence, sometimes in our lives. They can be, at times, even feel like the reason we exist. So we wanted to name this data update after a loyal and brave dog who perished because of us. Aww.
Tribute to Laika.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I really do. That's quite awesome.
I knew the Soviets sent a dog into space. I never knew the name was Laika though.
No, I
So
didn't
that's new
either.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, and down below here you can get the pets bundle. We
Well,
have.
you're missing this snare trap for the wolf actually.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, I'm watching that video actually. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
So how does that work? Does it go round its neck? Does it go round its paw? How does it snare it?
If you look closely, it's going around his neck.
Okay. Ah, yeah, yeah. Got it.
You can see the rope going back up around his neck.
Yes, yes, you can. Alrighty, so we've got the pets bundle, including the creature comforts pack,
Hey,
the
Carl. Welcome. Yeah, around the neck indeed.
the pet companion pack, and the zebra rescue mission. Hey, Carl, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining.
So the creature comfort pack unlocks a whole bunch new husbandry items. like luxury water troughs, covered food troughs, saddles, an extra chicken coop. The pet companion pack gives you the dogs and the cats companions, the pets. And this zebra rescue mission, the only way to get it is to actually buy the pets bundle. The only way to unlock this zebra rescue mission. If you play this mission, you will be able to tame zebras only if you do this mission. Now, I was talking to Carl last week off camera. I wonder, like with the whole Prometheus, if you don't have Prometheus, you can join a Prometheus prospect. Now, I wonder if I do this mission, I can then unlock taming zebras. Will someone who does not have this this mission, who does not have purchased this bundle, will this person then be able to claim the zebra? Yes or no?
Hmm. And having completed the mission, say in multi-co-op, although you don't have the bundle, does that mean that you would be able to tame a zebra outside
Dep-
of the game?
depends on like, will this unlock the taming, initiate the taming of a zebra, or will this unlock claiming a zebra?
Yeah.
If this unlocks taming a zebra, then you should be able to claim a tamed zebra. If someone else initiated the taming, you should be able to claim it. But obviously, if you play solo and you don't have the bundle, you would not be able to initiate a taming. If this one unlocks claiming of a zebra, then you might be able to initiate taming, but never will be able to claim one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting to figure out.
Yeah. Well, that's something you can test in the subsequent gameplay.
This is, by the way, an Olympus mission, zebra rescue mission.
Yeah.
And it is, I believe, it branches off very early in the mission tree. So, in case you wanna do this mission, and I think I'm gonna do it during the subsequent gameplay. That means I have to try and find myself an Olympus open world, see if I have one somewhere, so I can actually do the mission and unlock the zebra timing. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Currently, is it 20% off for the whole bundle? Again, the pet companions gives you the cats, the dogs, but taming of wolves and boars, for example, that is in the free update, so you don't need this pet companion pack. Creature comforts gives you some nice additional luxury saddles, some more food and water troughs. So yeah, I'm not sure which one are in the bundle and which one are in the free update though. It's a bit hard to test because I had this bundle in the pre-order already.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay, those paying attention will know that in addition to our regular weekly updates, we bundle up some large features to deliver as named updates. The latest Laika, which is what we're doing just now, brings all prospectors a ton of new animal themed content, improvements, and two new
Optional DLC
optional,
packages.
sorry, thank you, a bonus DLC operation, and even more. If you could please.
Now, Laika is headlined by the new mount leveling system, where mounts can earn experience, talent points, and base stat improvements while specializing with their own talent trees. Already I had a look, and yeah, different animals have different talents. They have like common talents, like more stamina, stamina regen, more speed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But different animals have different specialized talents as well. And like more inventory slots, for example, which is going to be very handy. That one is on the horse. I'm not sure it's on the moa. For the dogs, you have like more melee attack damage, things like that. Very interesting. And they level up rather quickly, especially when you like actively use your mount. So ride on your mount, it will level up pretty quickly.
But that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not just mounts though, because through snare traps you can now capture and slowly win over some of Icarus's unique wildlife, including wolves, both forest and arctic variants, hyenas, and wild boar.
Ooh.
So you can finally tame yourself a whole pack of wolves and have them accompany you, and if something attacks you, have the wolves basically kill off your attacker.
Yeah, like a polar bear.
For example.
I don't
Now,
think they'd be too effective against the Scorpion King, though.
I don't know. There might very well be, as long as they're not in his path when he's charging.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Now, in addition to those animals, you also have the sheep and the chickens. They can be ordered from the orbital workshop, and the ability to take pets to and from other prospects has also been introduced. So they are no longer locked to one session, and they can be leveled up over multiple drops. Now this is
Nice.
about the pets. I'm not sure about the mounts. I have not tested that yet. And like going to Styx, grab a tamed Tusker, send it back up to space, and then call it down to a Prometheus, for example. Might be. I am gonna try it out, obviously. Maybe not today, maybe next week or so, but I will be I will be trying it out because I want a Tusker on on Olympus and on Prometheus as well.
Okay.
Our new DLC expand on this content with a ton of troughs, beds, saddles, and more in the Creature Comforts DLC. Dogs, cats, and horses in the Pet Companion Pack. As a bonus for those who purchase both DLCs, you can get the Zebra Rescue Mission DLC, which gives you the exclusive ability to train and raise zebras as a new mount. There's a ton to catch up on, so let's hop in and have a read, shall we?
Absolutely. And there's a picture of all the animals.
Yeah, we have the buffalo, the horse, the moa, and the tusker, which you already had as a mount.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the boar, the wolf, chicken, snow wolf, hyena, and sheep as well. So basically every animal you can tame.
Cool.
So let's hop into this week's updates, Laika, the features thereof. So we have the animal leveling and talents. Mounts and tames now gain experience and level up as they adventure with you and amble around at home base. These levels gained will improve their base stats such as health and stamina, but that's not all, because we also have the mount talent trees. Leveling up your pets will now also give them talent points to spend on their own talent trees. Every existing mount type in Icarus now has its own brand new talent tree, along with all new tames and future mounts to be added. These will include a mix of base talents and bespoke ones for each different creature. We also have mount persistence now. Your pets have now also got their customs clearance. You'll now be able to transfer your pals between prospects, open worlds and outposts, done via the Orbital Exchange Interface, OEI, that you currently use to send exotics to space and purchase workshop items from the planet. From here you'll be able to order a pickup of your tame/mount and send them up to orbit, where they can be accessed the same as a workshop item. So it should be working for mounts as well.
Cool.
So then the question does rise, like on my open world, I've initiated taming for quite a few mounts. Some of them are claimed by you or Carl. Can I send those up as well? And if so, what will happen with them? Can I call them back somewhere else? Can you call your pet down if I send it up? All things to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
There's the mount food buff rework. Just like players, mounts and tames can now have 2 active food buffs at any time, and different foods will provide different improvements. This can be increased by unlocking the appropriate talent, like an additional food buff.
Yeah.
So far, I've been able to feed them raw veggies, not meat. So I try to feed the dogs some raw meat, raw steaks. They didn't accept it.
Yeah, but maybe what an extra food slot basically means is you can give them the food that we make them plus veggies.
So it's gonna be there is the animal seed food you can make your inventory,
Yeah.
which is I
Yeah.
believe more stamina and stamina regen.
Mm-hmm.
But raw veggies don't have no buff, I believe. Definitely not when you eat it yourself. Like cooked veggies, yes. Raw veggies, no.
No, but we put tomatoes in the trough for the mounts and they eat them,
Yeah, but it's just food, it's no buff.
right? So
I have not found an overview of which food gives which buff. I might have overlooked it, but something to try and figure out.
yeah, does giving them carrots give them a different buff to giving them a tomato?
For example, yeah.
Because when it's in the trough, it's basically just food to sustain them.
Yep.
But when you're out, you can use those foods to keep it sustained. So maybe it would now give you a buff or a, I don't know. Unless they.
Yeah, like I said, I have to figure out what can I feed them and which food will give which kind of buff, things like that.
Or maybe we're going to be able to make food for them.
There is a new animal food. Actually, I think I know, by the way. There is a blueprint unlock for food packs. I have not looked into those yet, so I think those will give you different buffs.
Well, I think that's your answer.
Yeah, I think that's it, yeah. There is a new electric food trough where you plonk veggies in and it will make a new animal food type.
Okay.
With a spoil timer of 9,000 seconds or so.
Right.
So
Okay.
very good.
Mm.
Anyway. New tameable creatures. Certain creatures can now be tamed in Icarus. Wolves, Arctic wolves, hyenas and wild boars can all now be tamed and become a loyal companion, each with their own talent tree. You need to use snare traps to catch them, and then you have to like well, it's actually kind of explains below taming creatures. To tame one of the above animals, you'll need to use the new snare trap system. These work when baited, and creatures you capture will slowly warm up to you over time, as long as you keep them warm and fed. Don't expect a warm reception right away though. It'll take a while for your new tame to stop being aggressive towards you and become docile. I haven't tested this out yet. Again, I'll do it either tonight or maybe tomorrow or next week. I will be testing this definitely.
Alrighty.
We've also got 2 new creatures, which are available for purchase in the Orbital Workshop. We have the chickens. Chickens can be sent down from orbit and raised at your base, where they'll make a hell of a racket, along with producing eggs.
Lovely.
Chickens will need to be kept fed, watered and warm. And if you meet all the requirements, they will produce eggs, roughly 2 eggs per day on Icarus. Again, you have to keep them warm, so they need to be outside. So how do you keep them warm outside, right? I don't know. Maybe like a shelter with one side open, where you put beds in or something. I don't know. Maybe put a heater in.
Or you could do what we do and put a couple of campfires behind a wall.
Yeah, but make sure your chicken can't fly into the campfire, because then you will have like inside roast chicken.
Well, yeah, but we could put a window in from the outside that means that we can fill it up, but they can't get to it if you just put a wall on the other side.
True. But we'll see.
Either that or you just close the windows.
Yeah. Now, if you build a chicken coop, another new item in the Laika update, the chickens will lay their eggs inside the coop for easy collection. Otherwise, they'll drop them on the ground randomly. Actually, item my open world, I had one chicken somehow ended up in the pen upstairs. And I found an egg in one of the food troughs. Exactly.
Wow.
Random location.
Okay.
But not on the ground itself. But, well. The other new animal is the sheep. Sheep can also be sent down from orbit, where they'll produce wool, on a planet that is, at roughly 1 full coat a day. You'll need the new shears to be able to gather the wool. You will need to keep your sheep fed and watered for it to produce wool for you.
So those can be kept outside, obviously, but you'd need to make sure you can keep them in a pen away from predators.
Yeah. One thing to note though, if you equip the shears, it does not tell you how to shear the sheep. It is right mouse button, but it doesn't tell you in the pop-up UI, like right mouse click to shear the sheep.
Oh, okay.
I tried it with the left mouse button. I was unfortunate wearing the iron backpack and I nearly killed a sheep because of the electric damage.
Oops.
Yep. Well, it survived though, so. But yeah, just saying, be careful there.
Yeah. And there's a picture of a little Eccles puppy's getting lots of loves.
Yep. So, this week, tameable creature list. The list of tameable creatures has expanded considerably this week, so here's a breakdown of each group and how to tame them. You still have the old taming process, like you grab the juveniles, you rescue the juveniles.
Yeah.
You can do this for the Moa, Buffalo, Tyrannus and the Tusker. Now, the 4 original mounts are still captured and tamed the way you remember, by saving them as helpless orphans and not thinking too hard about how they become one.
Yeah, exactly.
The next group you can capture with a snare trap. We're talking about the wolf, Arctic wolf, the hyena, and the wild boar.
Mm-hmm.
These 4 wild animals can be captured with a new snare trap and require some careful nurturing and love to slowly win them over and turn them into a loyal companion. Basically Valheim-esque.
Yeah.
Difference being in Valheim, you just put them in a pen and you feed them, and here you capture them with a snare trap and then you feed them until they are tamed, and then you release them from the trap.
It would be interesting to see if you can put them all in the same pen or whether or not they'd eat each other.
Once they're tamed, domesticated, you can put them all in the same pen. Now we have the third group of animals, the ones who you can bring down from the orbital workshop. Those are the chicken and the sheep, and then the animals from the DLC. 3 variants of cats, 4 variants of dogs, and 3 variants of horses. Now, chicken and sheep will be available right away in the orbital workshop to unlock and order for delivery to the surface, so you can start raising a flock or herd of farm friends. Now, dogs, cats, and horses, they're also available, but they require the Pet Companions DLC to access. You can train wolves for free, but you need to snare them. You can get the Tyrannus horses for free via normal orphan training, but the horses in the DLC are more cosmetic variants. So not a whole, basically not different from the Tyrannus, they just look different.
Yeah.
This week we have sorry, yeah?
No, on you go. Sorry.
Okay. This week we have some general mount improvements. So we have made extensive improvements and adjustments to mounts and tames in general, especially in their AI and behavior. AI-wise, passive mounts and tames set to follow will now try to evade combat when hurt. So they're being attacked, they're gonna run away.
That makes
and
sense.
and not just stand there and get themselves killed like we had last week.
Yeah.
Fix a bug where mounts were not attacking when set to defensive. Obviously mounts who are able to attack, like horse and buffalo. Fix a bug where MOA weren't fleeing correctly when damaged. Well, we noticed this last week. Or last week on Monday.
Yeah, we did. We lost them both. And we lost one of the saddles.
Yep. We added a tooltip above mounts and tamed creatures indicating their current behavior action, like follow, wander, lie down, all that stuff. Couple of new behaviors, by the way. Wander, lie down.
Okay.
If mounts and tames get stuck when set to follow, they will teleport to the leader after a period of time, if the leader is far enough away. So you have your mount set to follow, and you're running through the forest. Now they get stuck behind every little tree and every little rock on the ground and such. Previously you had to like go back and try to lead them around obstacles. Now you just can keep on going, and at some point they will just teleport towards you.
That's better.
Yeah.
Especially like the other day when I ended up having to stop every couple of seconds so that I could get your mount to follow me properly, because it wasn't able to keep up.
Yeah. And we also added some additional idle behaviors and animations for tamed creatures. So I don't hang around the tamed creatures that much. I have no idea which behaviors and animations are added for, like moas and buffaloes and tyrannus. But
they generally just tend to stand there.
Yep. But I do know they have some nice idle behavior stuff for cats and dogs now. So,
good.
Now mounts and tames in general, they added a level and a name to the death message from tames and mounts. So you now can see, oh, it was your level 3 MOA called, I don't know, Chocobono, for example.
Yeah.
So you know which mount actually died.
Yeah. It's not a case of a mount died. You're like, holy crap, which one?
Which one and where, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the where still is going to be like where, but at least you know, oh, it's a mount I had set to follow, and I just stepped away for a second to cut down a tree, and a bear basically killed my mower.
Yeah.
Then you know, okay, it's mower which is right next to me and not the one at base,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Rebalance base stats of mounts, increasing the base health of the mower and the speed of the buffalo. There's still some variance, but larger variance comes now through talent selection. Yeah, Moa always had a bit of low health, and buffaloes were quite slow.
Extremely slow.
Not as slow as a Tusker though. But yeah, they increased the speed of the buffalo a little bit, and obviously with talents you can increase the speed even more, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
added fall damage reduction as a baseline for all mounts and tames, preventing many accidental deaths. Another way to
Good.
prevent those would be like don't cliff jump with them, but okay.
It was only a little one.
Yeah, it was only a couple of 100 feet, so
Yeah, I mean,
no
it's not,
idea why the buffalo died.
you know, and it's not like I was at the top of the mountain.
No, I was at least 3 feet under the top.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Added a ranging station, consolidating all mount and tame related recipes to a single bench.
Oh, well, there you go.
Keep in mind the ranging station has to be placed outside. Just FYI.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And here's a nice one. Added water troughs that can be connected to water networks. Yes, finally. No longer animals dying of thirst, or well dying, go thirsty because it hasn't rained for a bit, or because the water trough is under a roof.
Yeah, and I actually mentioned that on Monday because I was trying to fill the water trough for the mounts, and I'm like, we should be able to connect this to water.
Well, now there is a water trough
Now we
which
can.
can be connected. Yeah.
Excellent.
So we also wanted to mention a couple of other non-mount related changes of significance. And some of the non-mount notable fixes are the electric wall light has now been fixed. It was always like only gives a very little amount of light. They increased the area of light now.
Cool.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the Art Deco one gave a ton of light, but the normal wall lights now they hardly gave any light at all. So they fixed that. They increased the area of light, which is good.
Very good.
Also in the game itself, they added the latest patch notes section to the title screen, so you can easily see a link to the latest patch notes. Which is a nice quality of life update.
Yeah, I like that. The more information people have easy access to, the better, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and this week we have new items. On top of all our new creatures, talent trees and systems, we have a ton of new items to pair with them. So we've got different kinds of chicken, cooked chicken, looks like chicken nuggets, and chicken steak.
Grilled, roasted, and fried chicken, actually.
Oh, grilled roast fried. Oh, okay. So we've got wool for the shears. We can make rugs, bandages, patches, rope. Don't know
What
what.
I'm not seeing here in this picture is the platinum weave, which is you're supposed to be able to make platinum weave with wool now. If you
Is
look
that
at
not what that silver square is? Is that not the platinum weave?
actually, that's the platinum sheath which you use to make platinum weave.
Okay. So what's the round furry bit directly at 12 o'clock?
Fuel brick,
Okay.
a longer lasting fuel source for fire. I'm not sure yet where to craft. I have not checked this to see whether or not I can make it in a ranching station though. I haven't
So
been able to find
if
yet where I can craft one.
so we've got a torch. Maybe we get a rag torch, because then it goes onto a wooden torch, which you make with a piece of wood and sulfur.
The direct torch is the styx and fiber. And the other one, I have no idea. I never make them.
Okay, and next to that we have the egg and all its recipes. So we've got that looks like what, pickled eggs,
Pickled eggs, and then
fried eggs,
tomato and egg, I think. And then the omelette, fried egg, and then the scrambled egg. I don't know. There's actually 6 egg-based recipes. There's also the big breakfast thingy.
Oh yeah, okay.
The one
Yeah, because we've got
bottom
tomatoes,
left
we've
might
got
be
potatoes.
tomato and egg, and the one bottom right might be the big breakfast actually.
Yeah, because that looks like
So remember how we were talking about the bacon and eggs breakfast last week, I believe?
yes, there we go. Bacon, egg, tomatoes, and chips. We've got
Soybeans.
we've got potatoes. We should be able to make chips.
Well, there's the soybeans, and there's tomato for tomato sauce. There is the eggs now. There's the bacon, like proper breakfast, you know.
And you can, just for good measure, you can have a steak underneath it, fatty T-bone.
Yeah. That's some proper breakfast.
That's
I'm
a
telling
proper
you.
breakfast. Oh yeah, that's a big breakfast. Okay, so the resources that we have from that, we get eggs, which are gathered from chickens, and wool gathered from sheep. Egg and chicken recipes. We have 6 egg-based recipes: fried, omelette, tomato and egg, scrambled, big breakfast, and pickled eggs, which we just talked about. 3 chicken recipes: grilled, roasted, and fried.
Yeah.
Okay. With the wool, it says we can make 5 recipes: platinum weave, fur, arctic pelt, rope, and bandage, which we were talking about. And a new wool item is the fuel brick, a longer fuel source for fire. And deployables. We have a ranching station, a one-stop shop for all your saddles, troughs, animal feed, carts, and animal beds.
One-stop shop. Yep.
Yeah. A large water trough, which can be connected to a water network and can be used by 4 creatures simultaneously. An electric water trough, which provides filtered water for animals, which has extra benefits for them. An electric food trough, which converts food placed in it into an omni feed for animals.
With the 9,000 spoil timer, 9,000 seconds.
Yeah. Food and water bowls for the dog-cat variations. Colors can be customized. The snare trap, which is used to catch wolves, arctic wolves, hyenas, and boars when baited. A hitching post to tie your animals and mounts to if you want to keep them in place. And a hitching rope, which can be used to secure the animal to the hitching post, but also as a lead when equipped. And lastly, a chicken coop, where chickens will walk in and lay eggs. This is not required, but preserves eggs for longer, rather than them being dropped randomly on the ground. Like you said,
Or
you
in a food
found.
trough.
Oh, yeah, in a food trough. Trophies. We now have chicken and sheep trophies for those wanting to show their mastery over creatures great and small, and show what a murderous son of a gun you are.
Exactly.
And tools. We now have a pair of shears, which is used to cut wool off a sheep when fully grown. That's when the coat is fully grown, not the sheep. Animal feeds. Here we go. 7 new animal feeds with unique buffs: Omni, Desert, Arctic, Volcanic, Endurance, Sprinters, Mountaineering, and Survival.
Have you counted? There are 8.
Yes, there are
buffs.
actually. That's
So
cool. Wow. Does that mean that the moors will actually walk up the side of a cliff because you want them to now?
the mountaineering maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good. Survival might be more to do with like extra damage,
Health maybe.
health maybe.
Extra health.
Sprinters obviously for speed,
Yeah.
endurance for the sprinters.
Sprint is speed and your stamina, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
Desert, Arctic, and volcanic. There are talents for some animals where they have more speed in certain biomes. These food buffs might do the same. The Omni one is actually not a buff; it's more like a generic food.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe the desert, Arctic, volcanic are buffs to prevent freezing and overheating.
Now, like I said, there are talents. Like there is one talent, more speed in volcanic area,
Okay.
or more speed in desert area, or maybe in desert area a bit little less water consumption, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I reckon these will be like the biome specific buffs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And finally, we have the animal carts. We have the planting cart, which plants seeds and creates crop plots when pulled by an animal. The watering cart waters nearby crop plots when pulled by an animal. And the harvesting cart harvests the nearby crop plots when pulled by an animal. So they won't work if there isn't an animal pulling it.
Creates crop plots. What does it create? Mounds with a D.
Yeah.
Also, the harvest cart harvests nearby crop plots when pulled by an animal. Does this mean I have to bring a buffalo in the harvesting cart up to the greenhouse to harvest the stuff? Or is this going to be the mounds again? Like you create a whole wheat field on the ground with the planting cart, and you can harvest it with the harvesting cart.
And water it with the watering cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is no fertilizer spreader though. Okay. Feature upvote. I want a fertilizer cart.
Well, maybe because of the fact that you're creating heaps of dirt outside, the dirt has enough nutrients in it, whereas a crop plot is a very small amount of dirt, and so therefore needs extra food in it if you're growing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll see.
I will be testing out these cards at some point somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. If you could take us through this week's known issues and frustrations, please.
So we have been heavily playing the free Laika update this week with no cheats to experience the game as players will. Myself, i.e. the CEO, Mr. Rocket himself, I've put over 80 hours this week into this update. Talking about a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
During office time, most likely. This fits with our motto of games being played, not made. As a result, a number of issues, frustrations, and the need for quality of life improvements have shown up. Now we need to heavily test the resultant changes and fixes. But these will be implemented in either next week's update or in the weeks after that. They will be available on the experimental branch in a few days and be part of the week 126 update a week from now. As always, we will be waiting for your feedback as to where to go with this as well, i.e. future upvote. For example, commanding the animals. We're looking at ways to whistle or access commands better and make the UX for make them follow or stay better. Now whistle, that does make me think of Ark. And
Yeah.
yes, you don't have to stand right next to the animal to give it commands. So handy. Mount modifiers displaying whilst riding them. Currently you see the mount health bar and stamina, but not its modifiers if you're on the mount. The work has been done for this, but it needs to be carefully tested and will be in the next build we do. Quality of life update.
Cool.
Controlling your chickens. This can be a real pain, sometimes a source of hilarity. Oh yeah. We looked at some simple fixes, but we need new fencing options and egg collection deployables to give more option than just a chicken coop. This will be something we investigate much more. Here's another one. Pets sometimes get fixated on a task, and mounts as well, such as trying to eat from a particular trough, even if there's one closer. Now you can often manually break them out of this by helping them complete the action, like manually giving them food or water, or change the set behavior and change it back again. But yeah, something that needs some more work.
Mm-hmm.
More agency for the pet and mount control. Similar to the follow or stay, we might add more buttons to enable or disable specific actions. Make it faster and easier to do so. But we don't want to rush these changes in. Better test it proper and do it first time right
Yeah.
than implementing some half-baked solution.
Yeah.
More animals that are tameable. Elephants. This does involve significant expenses for us, because they need animations and sometimes other meshes as well. So let us know what you would like to see and consider supporting us with the DLC purchase so we can spend money adding more mounts and companions to the game. What about a bear? I want a bear as companion as well. Polar bear.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Or an arid striker or a snow stalker.
A needler.
Yeah, also fun.
Oh, could you imagine a group of needlers up against a Scorpion King?
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it might become viable to take on Scorpion King on your own.
Now, that would be good.
Yep.
Scorpion King versus a sandworm. Oof.
I'm not sure you can actually tame those, but tame a Scorpion King and ride around on it.
Oh, so cool.
It's a
Think,
Scorpion, so it should be able to climb mountains and everything.
well, yeah, but I mean, think of the inventory slots that thing's gonna have.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
put a pack saddle on it.
Yeah, extra slots
Yeah,
again. There's some, that's, yeah,
would be interesting.
yeah,
Camera issues with some of the mounts. Now, sometimes the external camera is in a weird position, or the position is just not good. This will be fixed and adapted in our next updates. Although usually take off the saddle and put it back on will fix this already.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a quick fix, you know.
Yeah,
We found a way around it, you know. It's cool. We can make it work.
yep. But it's a nice quality of life update.
Yeah, it is.
Now, lights on mounts are not working properly when in player slots, so the L slot. This
Yeah,
can be utterly infuriating, and sometimes we are working, and it is something we are working on a fix for as soon as we can. I have to say I never actually had much issues there. I usually run around with either a torch or the normal lantern, and it does light the area around the mount. So
yeah.
maybe we're talking about the directional lights, like flashlights or something.
Yeah. And maybe actually putting a torch on the mount so that you can find it in
Now,
the dark.
I'm more thinking of like if it's a directional light and it's not shining straight forward when you're on a mount.
Yeah,
Then I could see how this could be annoying to run around in the dark. You can see everything on your left perfectly, but right in front of you, you can't see nothing.
yeah.
Ways to breed animals, especially things like chickens. This requires careful balancing though, it's something we need to think about a bit more. It might require special tier 4, who knows, maybe even tier 5 buildings.
Ooh,
We will seek feedback from players, so feel free to pitch ideas on feature upvote or in the forums. Um, yeah, chicken, the same as sheep. Um, you have to buy them in the workshop. So you
yeah,
buy them in the workshop for Ren. You call them down, and then as soon as you want to eat chicken, you have to kill one of the animals you just purchased.
yeah. Maybe it would
There's
be a
gonna
good idea. Maybe
be
we could breed them.
it's gonna be a money sink,
Yeah,
and especially because they added chicken recipes. Note there are no sheep recipes, but there are chicken recipes. So
yeah.
yeah, you'll have to like buy
And
it
there are
for rent.
egg
And
recipes.
yeah, but the eggs are being produced by the chicken.
Yeah,
They're
so
basically
maybe
free.
instead of using the eggs as a food source, we could incubate them.
Exactly. So that would be nice. Breeding chickens.
Yeah,
Obviously, you start out with 2 chickens, and an hour and a half later, your pen is like bursting with chickens. Like 200 chickens running around, frame rate dropping to 2 FPS, things like that. But hey, at least we can eat chicken for free.
yeah,
But yeah, it does require some properly thinking about and some balancing to get it right. That would be definitely interesting.
for sure. Yeah,
Now we have identified much more, but hopefully this gives you some confidence that even where we have not got things right yet, that we are aware of it, and we will do what we can to address these issues going forward. Now, a couple of things I have noticed and which I've seen on the Discord notes, but not in the patch notes. Um, something I've talked about several times, like the succeeding benches now have all the recipes of the preceding benches, right?
Yes.
But they still had the same amount of inventory slots in the bench.
Yeah.
This has now been changed. For example, the machining bench got an extra row of inventory slots, 6 extra slots.
Cool.
The fabricator got 2 rows.
Ah.
Because one of
Yes.
the reasons I was still keeping the old benches around next to parallel processing is, for example, making electronics in the machining bench, so I didn't lose slots in the fabricator to copper wire and gold wire, copper bars, gold bars,
Yes.
organic
So
resin,
you
and
you
epoxy.
keep the older benches to make the more basic stuff and use
Yeah,
them. So
because otherwise
you keep them recipe related as to the level.
otherwise the highest tier bench becomes like the inventory slots all full with materials for the lower tier items.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad they added extra slots there.
Yeah. Definitely.
This for me a rather big thing I noticed they changed, and I'm very glad about it.
Yeah. That's a huge quality of life change. That is.
Yep. Animal food can now be stored in a fridge or icebox or freezer or whatever. So
Good.
you notice that you craft your inventory, the animal
Yeah. It
food.
goes bad. You lose it. You just wasted. Yeah.
You wasted 10 seeds and 5 wheat. Yeah. You can now check them in the freezer. I like that. So now I can make a whole bunch of them, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out with my mount, so I'll take a couple of them, and the ones I don't use, when I come back, I'll just chuck back into the freezer.
Yeah.
Also something I've been asking for a while. So yeah, I'm
It would
glad
be. It
they
would.
added that as well.
It would also be good if we could salt them because they don't last very long.
They last long. Oh yeah, they last long.
Oh, okay.
The buff itself doesn't last long, but they have a quite decent spoil timer.
Hmm.
At least 4 digits, I believe.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
So I'm glad they added that functionality as well. Animal food can go into the freezer now.
good.
And like I said, just a couple of things I noticed, which I read about in communications in the Discord, but I did not see in the patch notes here. Probably more, but those are the ones who I still had like in front here.
Okay.
So instead of the usual fixes and like new fixes and future content with the drop downs, this is now like without drop downs.
Yeah.
So we had the new stuff this week, new items. We have had this week known issues and frustrations, so the fixes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting to the future content. Next week or weeks coming soon. We often have content that has been partially or even fully made but hasn't made it into the live game yet. This allows us to keep up our weekly update cadence as well as still push out larger updates of free content like this one, Laika.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we get a first peek at the content planned for our next major expansion, Dangerous Horizons, which by the way is the last DLC which will be covered by the supporters edition.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who at the time bought the supporters edition, they will get this Dangerous Horizons expansion for free. But it's the last expansion that will be for free. Just saying.
Yeah.
So free stuff for future. future confirmed free stuff. We have a huge amount of future content planned. Below is just some outlines of things we are preparing, or even have ready already for testing in some cases. This list is not exhaustive. Please consider buying supporter DLCs if you want to see even more. Even though it's primarily cosmetic, it does provide the company with the funds to keep on developing.
Yeah.
So some of the things which have been mentioned in earlier patch notes already, the cave and the Arctic beds, cave beds, Arctic beds.
Mm-hmm.
New mounts like the woolly zebras, the redback and the blueback. We will finally be able to ride Daisy.
Yay!
New workshop guns, shotgun rifle, pistol, the auto turrets. Another one which I'm finding quite important, the tree respawning.
Yeah.
Because you'll have to, the longer you play in a prospect, the further you'll have to travel for trees. So tree respawning would be very nice.
Yep. Definitely need that.
Some new creatures: the ghost croc, the swamp bird, skullmoot, the dibbo, the kiwi. A new swamp bird. Huh. Also the skullmoot. No idea what it's gonna be. Dibbo, hasn't that one been mentioned in last week's patch
It
notes?
was, yes. I'm wondering whether or not Skullmoot might be the animal that was in last week's image.
No, that's Snuffles from
Okay.
last week's mission.
Oh, okay.
It was indeed the animal you had to like rescue or something.
Yeah. Okay.
The Prometheus Part 2 map expansion. So the southern half of Prometheus might be the New Horizons. Sorry, the Dangerous Horizons expansion. Well, could be. Why not? An in-game wiki for Icarus. Huh. That's going to be handy. You don't have to like tab out of the game to go to an external source no more for info.
Good.
Biome specific crop growth. Storms damaging crops also. Like, it's going to be annoying, storms damaging crops, but it is realistic. So from a realistic point of view, yes, let them get damaged by storms.
Yeah.
Then you should build a proper greenhouse, which then shelters your crops from storms.
Yeah, but if you want to grow a wheat field, you can't exactly make a wheat field sized greenhouse.
Uh, you kinda can, but you will have to work with crop plots instead of fields. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, biome specific crop growth. Like, are some crops gonna grow better in specific biomes? Interesting. Or maybe only growing in a specific biome, but then again, the whole greenhouse should kind of mitigate that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the whole thing that you can't get, what do you call them, squashes, unless you're in the desert, right? But then, as long as you
You
can
can
get a
grow
squash,
them.
you can grow them anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they will grow better if you're in the desert. Grow faster, give more yield. I don't know. But then again, like I said, greenhouse should kind of mitigate that. That's what the greenhouse is for, after all.
But it does mean that you could have a field of wheat in the forest, and you can have a field of squashes in the desert, and God knows what you can grow in the Arctic. You could have a mushroom cave in the Arctic,
Yeah, it's
for
going to be
example.
interesting how that's going to turn out.
Yeah.
And also one, which I like the sound of it as well, a director's cut hardcore mode. Like actually a real one approved by Rocket himself. Not all this chill vibe stuff, but a mode for real prospectors that works on a dedicated server. So you'll need to have a dedicated server for it then, but okay, hey, I have one running
Anyway.
anyway, so yeah. And yes, Rocket wrote this, nobody edited. Yeah. But yeah, Dean indeed is a hardliner in that sense. Like, give me a proper hardcore mode. None of this. Well, if you die, it doesn't cost you anything. Stuff like proper. You die, you will lose experience. Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not going to be like you die, you lose your character.
You lose all your inventory.
Well, all your inventory, it would be annoying, but hey, you can always recraft your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that
So
would be. I'm telling you, see if when there's a hardcore mode, it would be so cool to see if we could create a brand new character and start all over again just for the
oh yeah,
hardcore mode.
exactly. That's what I was
Now
thinking as well.
that's a challenge. There you go.
That's what I was thinking as well. If they come up with a hardcore mode, we are definitely gonna play hardcore mode.
And we're definitely going to make a new character for it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, bring it on, Dean. Bring it on. We'll be playing it.
Oh yeah,
No worries there.
we'll stream it. We'll let everybody
Yep,
laugh their asses off at our expense. We don't care. We just enjoy the fun.
exactly. It's good content after all.
It is incredibly good content. And the wolf apocalypse and the bear apocalypse of the beta testing weeks that led up to the release of Icarus come to mind right there.
Exactly. So the Dangerous Horizons expansion. Now our next big expansion we promised at launch has been in development. The last one, New Frontiers. We adapted with what worked and what did not from our initial game. And we plan to do the same with what is coming. This will be new content as well as the concept of great hunts. Expect a key focus on exciting and downright terrifying monsters to face as a seasoned veteran prospector. Like I said, bring it on!
Just call me Sure, I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we will be making new characters again for Dangerous Horizons. No problem there.
Yep.
So Dangerous Horizons will introduce, amongst others, new building tier and resource, limestone, new building pieces, curved and diagonal. This is gonna make building a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
We'll get new bosses, the Hammerhead, Rock Golem, Swamp Ape, Ice Mammoth. Well, Ice Mammoth we kind of already had. Obviously, we already have mammoths in the Arctic, but
Yeah.
Swamp Ape, huh,
Rock
that's
Golem.
gonna be interesting. Rock Golem. Ooh, how are we gonna take down a Rock Golem? I mean, it's a rock for crying out loud. Bow and arrow
Pickaxes.
aren't gonna do much.
Pickaxes.
Yeah, pickaxes.
Which
That's
means
gonna be cool.
you've got to get in close up close and personal.
And with my minor character,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the damage dealer there.
Or maybe
Now, luckily
wait,
you are
we have gunpowder, right? Maybe in a later date we could make sticks of dynamite and we could throw them at him.
we could try, but you have to become better at grabbing and taking aggro, so I can do damage dealing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also a new biolab with new fully customizable weapons. Also mentioned in future content a
Ooh,
couple of times already.
fully
Yeah, those,
customizable weapons. Wow, that sounds good.
those new bosses, they are interesting. I'm gonna have their heads on my wall. Trust
Yeah,
me. If we can get messages from them, please, I'll so be killing them, gathering the messages, and putting up the trophies.
yeah. Do you remember the exotic infused pickaxe that we got very early on?
Oh yeah,
Maybe the biolab will allow us to make exotic infused weapons.
maybe. This pickaxe had a gazillion durability and quite high yield. Very high yield.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very good pickaxe. I remember that one, yeah.
So maybe we'll be able to make exotic infused weapons. Or
Looking at previous patch notes is more like Black Wolf gun or something, or Scorpion crossbow, that kind of stuff. Those things have been mentioned in future content in earlier patch notes.
yeah. Um but we've already seen an exotic infused pickaxe. So where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, it was a long time ago before there was even talk of biolab, but okay.
Hmm. Interesting concept.
So your support makes these updates possible, and we have like the completer set, which obviously has increased in price because new stuff added.
Mm-hmm.
Completer set is now 15% off. You can get the new bundle now for 20% off. It was 30-ish, I believe, in the pre-order. It's now changed to 20% currently. And also, due to Steam having a text limitation, our changelog will need to be posted as several comments. So let's have a quick look at the comments as well. Oh
We're
yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I hadn't read those yet. So yeah, there is quite a lot to go still.
okay. Where are these comments? Sorry.
So you see the discuss button at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Oh,
Okay.
I need to make that bigger.
Yeah. So fixes. This is actually the fixes and future content. Okay, fixes. Let's start. Fix the issue where if no flood path was found to nearby food or water troughs, an animal would try to walk towards the furthest trough in range. I've seen this in Discord indeed. They fixed it. Like, it couldn't find the path, so it was trying to go to the furthest one instead of the closest one.
Yeah.
Glad they fixed that. Fix the issue where workshop horses would not accept saddles anymore. Oops. That's fixed now. Uh, Fix the issue where snow wolves and desert wolves, i.e. hyenas, were using the forest wolf talent tree by mistake. So apparently those wolf variants are all having their own talent tree, own specific talents. Cool. Horse talent tree fixed, which was accidentally set to the Terranus one.
Whoops.
Fix the basic wall lighting, talked about it. Bigger range of lights.
Yeah.
Adding backing creature images to the creature talent trees. Yeah, the background was it had unclear or made the talent tree a bit unclear as to especially like connections between the talents, like the follow-up talents, weren't always very clear. Fixing zebra mains to have 2 stomach slots as intended. Fix flickering of grass when other clients are placing buildings in multiplayer. Yeah, I'm usually the one doing the buildings, so never never noticed this. Change the mount interact prompt to be hold to examine. Yep. Increase concurrent interaction slots of regular troughs to 2. Remove the push pop UI input log messages. Okay, so regular troughs now can have 2 animals eating at it at the same time, I think.
Yeah, whereas the updated one can have 4.
The new big one, the water trough, yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Fix an issue where food and water troughs could become non-usable if the player hand-fed an animal while they were pathing towards the trough. Hence, feeding or watering animals will now stop their current move to food or water behavior. Tomato soup now requires 3 tomatoes.
How many did you need before?
I don't know,
I've never made tomato soup.
a new recipe. So this came as a balance issue from the experimental.
Okay.
Correcting new dog bark animation to use vocalization with alternates the bark depending on the dog breed instead of generic bark vocalization. Kinda makes sense.
Yeah.
Chihuahua sounds quite different from I don't know, a shepherd or a Labrador. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Fix the chicken coop's unreachable modifier not being removed if navigation was regenerated after initial spawning. So if chickens couldn't reach the coop, it had a modifier unreachable, and you had to pick it up, put it back down, and sometimes the modifier didn't go away.
Right.
Pets and mines will no longer attempt to sleep at unreachable beds. Juveniles will still try though, because they require sleep to mature. Pets and mines will now prioritize reachable food troughs over closer unreachable troughs. Good. Added further fixes to several interior wood pieces so they no longer stick out through other building pieces. Adding a fix for wonky cat feet during idle pose. So a lot of these come from experimental branch fixes, so we never actually saw the issue itself.
Yeah.
Animals should no longer attempt to eat spoiled food from troughs and containers. Troughs will now appear empty if they only contain spoiled food. Yeah, there's another thing. Food troughs now, if you put the tomatoes in, the tomato spoils. Previously, it just disappeared. Now it turns into spoiled food, spoiled plants in the food trough.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, because you can use spoiled plants for fertilizer.
Yeah. Added additional interior wood angled wall pieces with large trim piece removed, and the design brought more in line with all other interior wood wall pieces. Again, they don't stick through the roof no more. Reduced fetch movement speed. The dogs bark at you now when you don't throw the stick. So you can play fetch with your dogs. My dogs are stupid because they didn't want to play fetch in my open world, but stupid dog. Chickens now have individual vestiges and trophies based on their color. Adding raw chicken and grilled chicken items, just roast, fried, and grilled chicken recipes. Adding raw chicken as lootable resource from skinning chickens. Yeah, you skin a chicken, you don't get no raw chicken. You can't make the chicken recipes.
Not helpful.
Increased capsule height, New Zealand spelling, of various smaller creatures to help with getting stuck on steep inclines. I still have an issue where they don't want to walk up ramps. Stupid. Improved cat navigation on ramp stairs, smoothed out cat IK. Not sure what IK stands for, but okay. Pun intended, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Bread and flatbread dough recipes now require 3 wheat instead of 5. They got cheaper.
Thank you.
All,
Finally.
also, bread and associated products now last 3 times longer before they spoil.
Excellent. So you don't have to eat 2 flatbreads per one everything else.
Well, spoil time, not food buff time.
Yeah.
Food buff
No, I
duration.
know. That's what I was talking about.
I just salt them and then they last longer than the food buff duration. So adjust the chicken capsule so it can more consistently walk upstairs. My chickens are stupid. They still don't wanna walk stairs, or at least not the concrete ones. Adjusting chicken coop collision so chickens can walk in with a new capsule size. Actually, you can go inside the chicken coop yourself if you crouch. Funny.
Cool.
Fix the 9 lives talents not working on cat. It's a cat. It's supposed to have 9 lives, so glad they fixed that.
Excellent.
Adding UI element which shows how many talent points your mount or tame has when interact with their inventory. It now shows a little number on the talents tab, like so many talent points.
Mm-hmm.
Added a new temporary buff to tames after petting them. Temporary as in quite long actually, like 300 seconds or so.
That's quite
Pet,
good.
yeah. Also, you pet a cat. No, the cat has a talent which increases your comfort. So keep your cat next to your bed. Petting Niagara effects now appear at the tame's head. Fix an issue where the petting tame animation wasn't visible to other clients. And fix an issue where petting in first person while crouched would cause visual artifacts. Fix position of the iron stud on several weapons. Oh, cool. Maybe the one on the trench shotgun is finally going to be usable now. Added ADS offset support to weapons using bolt action hunting rifle skeleton. Good. Put mount tooltip back to active root location. Added ability to have UI protection location components that only work with certain projection components. Attach mount status indicator to headbone. Thank you for the info. Fix the bug where client's mount camera position could be permanently offset until re-equipping the saddle. Again, there was an easy workaround. Take off the saddle, put it back.
Yeah.
So, but it is a nice quality of life one.
It's nice not to have to do it.
Yeah. Chicken coops now have visible modifier applied when they aren't reachable by chickens, the unreachable modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Added a fillable UI to the mount name for when they have a fillable saddle water card. Okay, so like how much water is in the cart. This UI is invisible without this saddle card. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Potential fix for rustic chicken coop, pathing issues. Increase tolerances on rustic coop collision mesh. Decrease the minimum navigation area size to 150 from 250. Oh, here. Animal feed can now be put in fridges and freezers. Yay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Adding stamina level scaling to mounts. Of course, stamina has to become scalable if with the new talents there.
Yeah.
Updating dropship text and prompts to mention that pets are not taken up to station with you when you leave the prospect. Okay, so now if you you want to fly up, it already told you hey, everything planet crafted will get lost if you have it on you. Now it's apparently also going to say hey, your pets will stay behind. Are you sure you want to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. The wall lights, electric wall light fixed. Trapped characters are no longer prevented from eating corpses if there are active creature deterrents nearby. Yeah, I've read this in Discord indeed. You catch a wolf with the snare trap, but it didn't want to eat the corpses you leave at it if there was an active creature deterrent.
Mm-hmm.
Once I figured that out, it was easily fixed. Added max search distance of 150 meters to the eat nearby carcass co-op action. Previously was only limited by enough reachability. Shift animal feeding XP back to tick event instead of a single instance. Experience is still only granted if they were non-full to begin with. So force feeding your mount is not giving you endless experience. It only gives you experience if they are actually hungry.
Okay.
Tamed boars now have stomach slots as intended, so you can actually feed them with special food and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Passive mounts and tamed set to follow will now try to evade combat when hurt. Thank
Good.
you, finally. Adding hard particle effect for pet interaction. Place on client and server at interact location. So you pet your dog, it gets the little hearts. You
Yeah.
pet your basically any of your pets, chicken and sheep as well. Fixing mission incubator spawning creatures on clients when it shouldn't. This is last week's mission. When I was doing it, it spawned a double snuffles. One you couldn't interact with, had no hitbox, nothing. And the mission steps didn't progress. Took me quite a long time to actually get it running again, restarting game multiple times. I've seen multiple people having the same issue. Uh, Now on DS, okay, you have the server. Could have been like server spawning and snuffles and the client, i.e., me spawning one, breaking the mission step. But I had the same behavior as well when I was playing it locally. But finally managed to get the mission done though.
Good.
Adding in dog or aggro state, angry vocals, event and data table entry. Re-added support for dog combat, slightly reduced the dog and boar attack damage to keep wolves as the best combat pet, just so you know. Tame yourself a whole herd of wolves. Adding hard particle effects for a pet interaction, so you pet them, just show hearts.
Yep.
Workshop creatures are now no longer returned by insurance, because it's basically a consumable. So initially, you buy it, you bring it down, it's in a little cage. As long as
Yeah.
you don't use it, it's like an arrow pack. As long as you don't use it, you can bring it back up to space.
Yeah.
As soon as you actually use it, like the arrows as well, you can no longer bring it back up. Those pets are also a consumable. Initially, you could use it, so get a dog, but still bring it back up to space and basically duplicating your pets. They fixed that.
Yeah. Okay.
Adjustments improvements to cat spatializing and distancing. Fix a few sound size oddities that don't make sense for the cat. Added missing play cat jump, land, audio, and footstep improvement. Again, it's all on experimental where they noticed this.
Okay.
Updating the patch image for Laika. I haven't seen the old one, so I have no idea what's changed. Fixed bad grammar in food and water troughs in the description of those. Or a couple of grammatical, slightly incorrect wordings. I've seen them. Fixing standard horse description. I have not seen the old one actually, but yeah. Skinning a cat now provides a trophy, and now provides a vestige and not a trophy. It was the other way around.
It was giving
It
you
has
the
been
automatic
fixed.
trophy. Cool.
Yeah. Fixing the cat's vestige pointing to dog vestige. Oops. So you skin your cat because you want to make a cat trophy. You kill and skin your cat and you get a dog vestige.
Cool.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Well, on the other hand, at least your dog is still alive. You do have a dog vestige. So.
Yeah.
Fix mounts initializing with unsupported combat and movement states. No idea which states they were, but good they fixed it.
Okay.
Fix a bug where the mob weren't fleeing correctly when damaged. Well, we noticed that.
Yeah. Lost a couple of hours to that.
Yeah. Fix a bug where mines weren't attacking when set to defensive. Like hitting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you could as well have set them to passive. The whole point of defensive is you attack me, I'm gonna hit back. So glad they fixed that. Regen modifier gained from mounts eating no longer stacks. Ah, okay, so if you give them to stamina regen, food buffs, those buffs don't stack no more?
Would appear so.
Too bad. Oh well. Experience gained from mounts eating now single instance instead of per second. Didn't they just say it was per second instead of... Yeah, shifted animal feeding experience back to tick event instead of single instance. Couple of bullet points above. And now it says experience gained is now a single instance instead of per second.
Okay.
So was it first per second, then a single instance, and now a tick event? I don't know. Oh well. Experience no longer gained when feeding mounts if they're full. They mentioned it above already.
I know you don't want to eat it, but I'm giving it you anyway because it gives me experience. And eat it.
They did mention this a little bit above as well. Somewhere in this list. Either in this list or in the top part of the patch notes. Anyway. Reduce the maximum food, water and the consumption rate for cats, dogs, sheep, wolves and boar. Not for the horses though, because they're only another mesh for the Terranus.
Yeah.
Removed unimplemented combat states from dogs and cats. Yeah, if they're not implemented, then why are they there? But yeah. Added missing enum defining mount behavior states. I'm glad they added them. Add a tooltip above the mounts and tamed creatures indicating their current behavior action, like lie down, follow, wander, whatever. Add a cheat to set survival resource values on mount characters. Yeah. Only for the devs if they like test out the game by playing 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Fixing money symbols as they weren't added to the project properly the first time. New Zealand spelling. Money symbols, as in like you have a couple of
dollar
blueprints.
signs.
Yeah, you have a couple of blueprints which are only available if you buy the DLC. For the previous DLC, like the Art Deco stuff, etc., it now has a money sign in the blueprint tree. $double.
Yeah.
Converting title screen video buttons to be 4:3. Well, instead of 16:9, 16:9 is since long the new standard. 4:3 is an old
title screen video buttons.
Like 4:3, it is old.
Hmm.
Since long it has been 16:9, but okay. Adding in last patch notes section on title screen, already discussed this. Removing Laika pause icon from feature level, but the icons are still in the blueprint tree, I believe.
Okay.
Adjusting the DLC icons to show the DLC icon or dollars instead of the download symbol. Yeah, it was download before. It's now either a dollars or for the Laika, for the pet companion DLC thingy bundle. They're now the special little icons, bottom right icon. Fix bug where tames and mounts would teleport before waiting for their stuck thresholds to finish. So they teleported too quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
Fix food traps playing overlapping audio events when eaten from. Bit annoying, yeah. Added interior wood, angled wall piece with large trim piece removed. Already talked about. Adding PM flesh to chickens to stop them sounding like carpet. Just don't step on them. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh well. Added unhitching mounts from hitching posts when looking at the mount. So you can now, if the mount is hooked up to a hitching post, you hover over it, you can now unhitch directly. Good.
That's a good one.
Slightly increase the collision scale of the roof corner pieces due to a check if outside ray trace passing pixel perfect between two roof pieces and thinking it was outside because of that. This is actually the glass roof corner piece. It was the internal corner. Everything underneath the glass internal corner thing, roof piece, was taking damage, and I've seen this behavior as well. They finally figured out what caused it, and they finally fixed it.
Yay.
Good. Various updates and improvements to dogs and cats eating and drinking audio, dog footsteps adjustments, and other fine tunes. Crop plots and dirt mounds now cull a small area of grass around themselves, so they're easier to find to the sun. Adding workshop background. Haven't noticed. Okay. Cat bones SK mesh are added, adding to the corpse blueprint. Small dog pug mount data added to the blueprint. Horse bone skeletal mesh added and hook up to the corpse BP. Planetary crafted crop plots now stack to 10, so no longer each crop plot its own slot, no, they stack.
That's good, because I made 10 crop plots on Monday and I ended up having to hover over the crafting bench and pull them out one by one as they were made because there was so much stuff in it.
Yeah, so they now stack, which is a good thing. Adding unique cat and dog eating and drinking styles to duplicates of the animations. Buffalo and Tusker usage has been added info to flavor text of farming cards. Adding Niagara system to trigger when petting tamed creatures, the little hearts. Change default mount combat behavior to defensive. Good, so by default, after tamed, they are set to defensive, so to hit back when being hit.
Yeah.
Mounts that have saddles or cargo now have items put into an overflow bag when sent up to space. So you, you don't no longer risk losing the items because you forgot to take them out of their inventory. Good. Fix many auras not applying to tames. For example, the aura for one of the creatures, one of the new creatures, talent trees, like they will speed up taming, and like there's a speed up taming aura around them. One of the talents, yeah. Nice if it has such an aura, but if it's not being applied to tames yet, then it's not going to help. So I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah.
Removed UI showing currently pulling a card. Is that? Again, I haven't seen it because it was on experimental. But added a player talent in the husbandry tree to increase tamed creature damage. Okay, so that means on my farmer character, which I, amongst others, also specialized in husbandry, I have to see whether or not I still have a talent point available. Also for, I have another character which I intended for solo play, which I did put like talents into tames being faster. I also need one talent point for increased tame creature damage now. Now, this is the downside of adding talents. You have characters which have all the talents spent and they're already level 60.
Yeah.
Level 60 step. So you're adding talents. So now I might need to or want to
You do have
unassign
the
a talent somewhere to get the new talent.
yeah,
Back.
because you do have the ability to respec, but if you've already maxed out your character and you've already maxed out your talents and you're happy with the character the way it is, you've got to sacrifice something.
But that does mean that you're actually not happy with the character.
Well, yeah,
If
but
you're happy with it, you wouldn't need this new talent. So you wouldn't need to sacrifice something else. But yeah, you came up with talents based on the info available at that point. However, this info is going to change because they added new talents.
yeah,
So,
but they don't add new talent any more talent points
but yeah,
is the difficulty.
yeah. Well, I'll have to check whether or not I still have a talent free, or maybe I spend a talent point somewhere. Like I have a talent point remaining. Not sure where I should put it. You know what? Let's just put it here. I can take it out and put it in the increased time creature damage one. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Weather event
Okay.
hail is now renamed to torrential downpour. Okay, sure.
But
What's the name?
yeah, well, I mean, it never really I never saw it as hail. It always looked like rain.
No. I've seen it as being called hail before.
Oh, I've seen it being called hail, but it doesn't look like
Ah,
hail.
yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Increase animal corpse storage space to account to large card storage. This does remind me of the issue where the player death loot bag didn't have enough slots.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, and
Way back.
way back, I lost armor and weapons and all sorts because of that.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, it was so fucking annoying. You know, because then you had to go and spend all this bloody money. You know, you had to go and earn, like hard fight again to earn all the exotics and the Ren and stuff to go and replace what you've just lost.
Huh.
And then the same thing happens again, only now you've lost this, this, and this, and you've got to go and replace the Ren and the exotics to go and replenish that.
It was the most annoying when we didn't know what caused it.
Yeah.
Once we figured out what caused it, you could kind of mitigate it, but like the issue was the death loot bag had a fixed amount of slots, and if you had like the storage module and a big backpack and
Yeah, as soon as you died, your
attachments on your
storage.
armor, and then the total amount of slots you had, including, by the way, your modules and your armor and everything, they could
Yeah,
exceed the amount of slots in the death loot bag.
yeah, so you would lose half a dozen
You,
items.
you would lose items, and it was basically random which items you would lose.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
I was lucky. I think I, uh,
there's
I've
one
never
one
lost
time
any.
where you lost when you lost I believe your feet armor and then your feet armor.
I lost my Naneo feet armor and I lost a Neve's pickaxe. And the Neve's pickaxe hurt me the most because that was so gosh darn expensive at the time. You know,
Yeah,
it was such a big blow.
yeah, I lost a speed module at one point, which was
Yeah,
annoying because then I couldn't keep up with the rest of the group no more.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey. So at some point we figured out what caused it and was like obviously communicated with the devs, and they then increased the size of the death loot bag, and then it was okay.
yeah,
Yeah, apparently you had the same with animal corpses loot bag.
yeah.
Glad they fixed it.
Yeah, not good. But they fixed it now, so excellent.
Submitting horse bones, meshing textures, good. Updates to sheep, chicken and mount footsteps. Fixing issue with mounts not playing in caves. Did they fix the hopefully fix the mount footsteps in certain cases that you couldn't
Yeah,
hear them?
yeah, because you could sprint in the desert or whatever, run into a cave and they'd be silent. It's like, yeah, we can creep up on our enemies.
There was a couple of particular caves where and I believe it's mainly the tunnels where you couldn't hear the mount footsteps. The long time ago, it was already mentioned in patch notes at one time, like we fixed it, but it wasn't fixed. Hopefully, it is actually fixed now. I mean, it's not a problem. It's just okay. All of a sudden, it goes silent whilst it shouldn't.
Yeah,
Immersed.
it's noticeable that there's no sound.
Yeah. Anyway, redo weather event to action link. Thank you. Added new hill type storm effects. Okay, which effects? We'll have to wait and see. Fix time creature idle state vocalizations not playing for clients initialization. No. Hey, added new biofuel recipe that includes spoiled plants. Okay, so now spoiled plants not only for fertilizer but also for biofuel, which is especially handy in areas where you don't have that much trees, because
Yeah,
then what you're going to use for biofuel, I mean, you can keep on going hunting, but you'll wear out your bow and your knife, and you'll lose arrows. And the spoiled plants now also, you can now also make biofuel from spoiled plants. This is good. I like that.
that's good.
When melting ice into a canteen in the campfire, this water is not filtered and doesn't have a negative effect as it was rainwater in the past, which gave a percentage chance of dysentery. This water is not filtered, but doesn't have a negative effect. I would say it was rainwater, right? Or atmospheric moisture in the fridge. So it should have the percentage chance of dysentery.
Um,
Well, maybe not
not,
the
not,
ice from the
not.
freezers, but the ice you pick up from the ground in the Arctic.
Well, yeah, but does the dysentery bacteria actually survive the cold temperatures?
Bacteria and cold. Bacteria usually don't care too much about cold as long as it's not too cold.
Yeah, so in other words, if it's freezing, the bacteria shouldn't be there.
Bacteria doesn't really care too much about freezing. It cares more about boiling. Usually. But then again, might be Icarus bacteria, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as you say, if it's ice that's been formed in the freezer,
Then it
then
shouldn't have the bacteria.
it should be clean.
Unless it's some kind of airborne bacteria, which you usually don't have. Or not that much. Unless you have spoiled food in your freezer. But then
Uh,
again, why would you keep spoiled food in the freezer? Because it doesn't go off anyway.
yeah,
No.
exactly.
But yeah, especially for the ice you pick up from the Arctic, I'd say that you could argue that should actually give you some negative effect. But then again, they would then need to introduce a new type of ice. So to keep it simple, maybe that's why they decided to do, you know what? And I reckon this water is now filtered and not filtered. I
Yeah.
reckon that's why they made it filtered now. Okay. Doesn't give you a buff, but at least it doesn't give you a debuff either. And Genesis mission, fix a typo in the destroy quest step. Hailstorms have been removed, i.e. replaced with torrential downpour.
Yeah.
Fix chicken head and sheep head rewards from scaling, resulting in multiple vestiges from each skin. Okay, I'm gonna skin one sheep and I'm getting 5 sheep heads, 5 vestiges.
Hmm. Interesting.
That's some crazy possessed sheep. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't think my sheep was going to turn into a hydra.
Exactly. Fix spring full step mount talent, increasing jump cost instead of reducing it. Oops. Yeah. Improvements to dog and cat animation blueprints.
Yeah.
Add a small amount of RVO avoidance to follower tames mounts to prevent them from stacking up on each other as much. Okay. Restored food water trough simultaneous interaction limits. They were lost during the bronze merge. So you have this tiny food trough and all of a sudden like 25 mounts could eat from it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good I fixed that. This is visual. Fix the dog, cat and wolf swim height. Not sure what it was before the fix, but too low, too low, too high. Don't know. Mounts and tames should no longer perform idle animations while swimming. They're not idle, they're freaking swimming. So yeah, they shouldn't be playing the idle animations.
Yeah. I mean, if they're in the water and they're idle, they're dead.
Exactly. Reduce the cat swim speed from 300 to 150. Fix cats looking at nearby characters while eating or drinking. You better watch what you're eating, what you're drinking, otherwise you'll be made a mess. Added unique cat drink animations. Fix bug where tames mounts wouldn't have the self-actor BB key set correctly. Thanks. Food consumptions of cats and dogs reduced by 25%.
Nice to know. Smaller animals should eat smaller amounts of food.
Yeah. And the foods last longer now, so because of that.
Good.
Fix error spam related to recent damage caused or equalizer generator. Error spam. Quest creatures no longer teleport to follow target. Which is actually a good thing, otherwise the last week's mission would have become a bit too easy. But then again, you can cheese it by taming it right next to where you have to bring it. That's what I did in the end. Yeah. Yeah, man, I had to walk across 3 biomes with the tamed snuffles. At some point, it got attacked by a hyena in the Arctic, nonetheless. So I hit a hyena with my knife. Unfortunately, I also hit Snuffles with my knife, and it was a knife with an electroshock attachment.
Oops.
So it fried Snuffles.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but then I knew where I had to bring it to, so I did it again, and then I actually hatched Snuffles and tamed it right next to where I had to bring it.
Yeah.
I was a little bit fed up with that mission because of the issues I had in actually getting the mission steps to process to like
Yeah. To the
continue.
next. Yeah. To the next bit.
Yeah. A fixed bug causing every mount accolade to be initialized each time you open a workshop animal crate will reduce hitches related to this issue. Okay. So every time you open a workshop animal crate, it was like calculating the accolades for every mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna give a little bit of a hiccup in your gameplay. So good they fixed that. Added a warning about mount overcrowding if you're trying to bring 3 or more mounts down to the planet at one time. So even when you bring a chicken and a sheep and a dog and a cat for different mounts, it's gonna say mount overcrowding, careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Animals can now eat and drink from the cat and the dog food bowls. Cannot drink from the food bowl. Okay. Anyway. Animals, as in chicken and sheep as well.
Possible.
Interesting. So you only need a cat food bowl or a dog food bowl, and
Yeah.
all
Because
animals can eat from it.
sheep should be eating and drinking from the trough.
Yeah. Oh well. Adding blueprint for farming carts and tie the animal bench talent area. The harvesting, seeding, and watering carts.
Mm-hmm.
Blueprints are added for the animal feed pack. The 7 new animal feeds. When mounts die carrying items, all the items are placed in a corpse. And when skinning, the items are added to not removed. Might be me, but I don't think this sentence is grammatically correct.
Like if you've got if you lose a buffalo and it's carrying stone, and you have half a thing of stone, then its stones are added to your stones. No,
But when skinning, the items are added to not removed. Are added to what?
or
Or are
maybe.
they added instead of removed? Were they being removed before? I don't know.
Hmm.
Like I said, there's some error in this last part of the sentence, but okay.
Yeah. Not that's maybe that's coming across as clear as mud.
Yeah. Quick pass on all bench inventories. Bench with which are upgrades will have more slots than the lower tier counterpart. So it is actually in the patch notes.
Yeah.
I hadn't read these comments yet, so I kind of missed those. So that's why I was thinking, hey, it's not in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very glad about this. This is something I've been asking for basically since they added all the recipes of the preceding benches.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy they did this. If mounts and tames get stuck when set to follow, they will now teleport to their leader after a period of time if far enough away.
As mentioned
Like,
above.
yeah, if you stand too close, they're not gonna teleport, obviously. But if you're like half the map away, then they will teleport. Which is good. Quest zebras now use their cracked corpse. Not sure which one they were using before, but okay. Okay, is your stream still running?
Yep.
Okay. It had a spinning wheel for a moment for
Yeah,
me.
I had noticed that. I was just hoping it was going to correct itself,
Okay,
which it did. So excellent.
good. Quest Zebras, Snuffles, and Daisy can no longer be taken up into space mid-mission. Again, you want to transport it safely. You get a couple of dropship grenades. Like, okay, you got your Snuffles or your Daisy or your Quest Zebra. You call down your drop pod, put it in your drop pod. Then you leisurely walk over to where it needs to go, throw another drop pod grenade, call down the drop pod, and voila, your mount is safe and sound in the location it has to go to. And basically, you're choosing the mission very hard. So I'm
Yeah.
glad they made it so you can't no longer do that.
Yeah.
Updating Zebra mission reward, so it's dependent on picking up the exotics for completion. Oh, cool. So we're getting some exotics as well.
Nice.
Nice. Updating spawn logic in the Zebra mission to stop. I assume stop spawning the aggressive animals once you reach a certain point. Updating Zebra mission so zebras are killed if mission is abandoned. Okay. And it was a very easy way to collect a lot of zebras. I don't know, haven't done the mission yet, so. Added missing build CS change. Yeah, otherwise your uploading a new build would have been a tad hard,
Yeah.
if not to say impossible. Potential fix for navigation issues related to nav dirtiers not functioning correctly. Potential fix. Let's hope it actually works.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Make chickens hit affect feathers and horses hit affect blood rather than the other way around. Okay, so you smack a chicken on the head, you see the blood spatters flying around. You hit a horse on the head, you see feathers.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it really brings a brand new meaning to the term spit and feathers.
yeah. So I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah.
Yep. Increase chicken and sheep health. Increase.
Yeah.
Added level name to tame death messages we talked about already.
Mm-hmm.
Small increase to dog panting audio. Reduce cooldown between pants since they have their tongue out a lot, as they do. Increase the distance a little more though. Fixing issue where clients could not play fetch with dogs. The stick would desync and appear not be picked up by the dog or moved at all. You sure they fixed this? And here I was thinking it was my dog being stupid, but maybe it isn't properly fixed. Maybe I should pull the prospect to local, so I run it as host and not as a client on a DS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or maybe your dog is just stupid.
yeah, it's a possibility.
It's
After all,
possible.
it's a German Shepherd, so
It says it all really, doesn't it?
yeah. You know, Germans and Dutch, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, they're fine. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Permit zebra and woolly zebra to use new saddle types. Woolly zebra, obviously future content.
Mm-hmm.
Fixed talent description for returners and horse. Added stomach slots to sheep and chicken, so they can actually eat and get some proper food.
Yeah, it would be kind of weird if you could kill undead sheep and chickens and harvest meat.
Well, you kill them by beheading them. Is the safest way to do. It will give you a vestige, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this has more to do with the special food, or either the special food or the force feed them to let them gain experience.
Yeah.
Setting focus state of dog to undefined. Okay. Lots of dog updates, improvements, adding pant, flinch, etc. events. Endure zebra, tyrannus, and new horses spawn an overflow bag for the saddles.
Good.
Didn't they? I've never had a tyrannus die on me, so I don't know.
Well, we lost a mower saddle on Monday.
Yeah, but only one of the two, so I don't know. Maybe it got destroyed by the bear. I don't know.
That's possible.
Fixing issues where dogs couldn't drink from water troughs. Well, they should be able to, so I'm glad I fixed that.
Yeah.
Adding null sector log entries to dialog table. Not sure why you would need it for, but then again, I'm no DBA, nor a software developer, so I don't know. Null sector. Back in the days on hard drives, you had a null sector where you would park the heads, but it's like really, really long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, adding basic stick impact event with stick blend layers, adding unique stick throw event. Oh, it works. And actually, you throw a stick on a concrete and it lands on a concrete floor. It is damaging the concrete floor.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
you know what they say. Don't play with a dog indoors.
Yeah. Still. Come on, it's
Stuff
just
will get
a freaking
wrecked.
stick, man. Adding ability to put any food in animal troughs. Animals will eat it. I assume this is any animal food. Although I have to say I have not tried putting in a cooked fitted T-bone steak in the trough, for example.
Or any raw meat. I mean, good God, we get plenty of that.
True. Adding basic names for dogs and wild boars. You know, if you tame it, you claim it, it has like these default names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Do you remember some of the names we used to use in Valheim?
Yeah.
Like prime meat, and bacon, and crispy.
Yeah, porky, those kind of things. Yeah,
Yeah. Ham.
bacon, ham. Oh yeah,
And then we ended up with so many. They ended up being like smoked ham, cured ham, boiled
prosciutto.
ham,
Yep.
veggie ham.
No foul language, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Relocated mission. Unfeature locked mission. Still DLC locked though, but
Okay.
relocated. Which mission was that then? Let's have a quick look in the filter of Icarus Intel. Relocated. Is that the Styx mission? Don't see it here. Is this an Olympus mission? Don't see it there either. Or is it the last week's mission?
Well, it
That
says
I
still.
relocated.
It says still DLC locked, so maybe it's a future mission.
I don't know. What was last week's mission called actually?
I can't remember.
No, it was Genesis Recovery.
Yeah.
So no relocated. And this week's mission is not called relocated, I believe. No, it's a Genesis mission, I believe, right?
Can't remember. But it might be future content.
We'll see. Added DLC links for Pet Companions DLC and Pets Bundle. Missing chicken carcass has been added. And chicken without carcass won't be able to walk properly, I think.
Yeah. Might have been the original Kia disposition where you skinned it and it didn't leave any bones. It just disappeared. As long as you got to it quick enough.
True. Fixing issue when using EOI?
The exchange orbital
Orbital
interface.
interface? Yeah. Come on, let's exchange the orbital. I want another orbital. Saying the mounts were selected when they were not. Again, New Zealand spelling. Were,
Yeah.
not where. Fix incorrect mount head. Loot rewards. Might be the trophy instead of vestige. Might be the
Yeah.
dog vestige instead of cat vestige.
Yeah.
Fix saddle recipes that required incorrect vestiges. Yes, some of those new saddles require vestiges.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
gonna make a saddle with a chicken head for a, the like a cowboy's saddle has the stick in the front of it. I can't even remember what it's called. The
For
handle
example,
bit, the handle in the front of the
I haven't
saddle.
crafted any of the new saddles yet, but I should have a whole bunch of vestiges anyway, so
Okay.
I will do it at some point, no worries. But yeah, if it has the animal in the name and it's using vestiges of another animal, would be a bit confusing. Same goes for some of the new animal beds, by the way. They require vestiges as well.
That's a bit
Just
weird.
saying.
Yeah, that's a bit sick.
Why?
Weird.
Snow leopard animal bed. And then you can put a woolly zebra in, and the woolly zebra gonna be like, "You were hunting me when I was little. Now I'm lying on your dead corpse." Nee.
Yeah. Or you could use the vestige to make each individual mount or pet their own bed. You say, oh,
Make
right,
a
that's
whole.
the cat's bed and the dog's bed and the horse's bed. And I mean, they're going to make us kill them anyway.
Yeah, but you don't have an animal bed with the dog vestige. You have them with snow leopard fishes, for example, though.
Yeah, but that's a rug.
No, animal bed.
Oh, animal bed. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, data table has been resaved. Animal
Good.
bed recipes have gotten the pass. Re-importing snow leopard and wolf animal beds at a better size. No idea what the size is. I have only made one of the new animal beds yet. The one which only uses fiber, so.
Yeah.
Fixing skill issue with water fountain trough. Still have to make that one. See how it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Fix mount moa bobbing up and down in the war. Adjusting default audio state of mounts and tames to be undefined. Now Craig has to investigate replication issue of mounts and tame states. I mean, talking about throwing it over the fence, but okay. Removed unused files and adjusted volume of sheep flinch. Okay. Adding in a horse skinning in the carcass, still missing the bones. Then you have to look for them, my friend.
Yeah. Shouldn't really be too difficult to find, but there you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, removed moving background from mount talent selection. Like I said, it was. It could be very unclear which talent leads to which other talent. Because it has this like moving background with diagonal lines, which sometimes perfectly lined up with two talents. So you could think like this talent leads to that talent, whilst it didn't, because that line was in the part of the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fix the basic food trough recipe. Fixing food and water troughs being flammable when they shouldn't be. Hey, I have a concrete water trough. Like concrete water trough filled with water. I shoot a flaming arrow at it and it burns?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean the
Exactly.
the two least flammable things probably on the planet in the same space, and they burn.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I'm glad I fixed that.
yeah.
Food and water trough, mesh kits have been fixed. Add some ballistic throw setup for sticks, improving whoosh throw stick distancing, and added ballistic stick hit impact event. Like I said, it damages whatever it lands on, if it's deployable or buildable. Horse carcass texture and materials have been added to the project. Food bowls for cats and dogs fixed. Adding default audio state for tames to be idle. Adding unique sheep and dog footstep events. Fix the timing of sheep walk slow footstep notifies and adding new sheep flinch and death audio events.
Okay.
No sheep were harmed during the making of those death audio events. Just saying.
Yeah, always worth
Submitting,
saying.
yep. Submitting cat bones, textures, and mesh.
Good.
Adding cat and dog bestiary UI. You have to kill them in order to unlock them. Yeah.
And then you got to keep killing them in order to find out more information.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be a
Ah,
tad pricey.
yeah.
Fix cats not being able to rub up against owner's leg. They do it now, so it's definitely fixed.
Good.
New dog animations have been added.
Does
No,
that
fixed.
mean that the dog will pee all over the owner's leg?
Uh, no, dog pees on something it owns. Now, if you own the dog, you pee on the dog, and not the other way around.
Oh, okay. Good.
You are not a dog person, are you?
No, I'm a cat person, but I do
Yeah,
love
already
dogs.
thought so. Fix incorrect textures on Labrador material. So that is Labrador, okay. Dogs, wolves and boars should now slide around less when hungry and thirsty. Chicken and sheep no longer become slow when hungry or thirsty. Good.
Yeah, can you imagine that poor chicken and sheep, right? Desperately trying to get to the trough and getting slower and slower and slower because they're getting more and more hungry. I mean, what kind of
Well,
utter torture is that?
well, your mounts get a speed debuff when they are too hungry or too thirsty. Sheep and chicken don't get this debuff.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Improvements to dog locomotion blending. Fix dogs and wolves not looking at player correctly. I don't know. What? Were they looking cross-eyed? I don't know. Some fixes to cat corpse. Re-enabled root motion on cat montage NM sequence. What? You're re-enabling the motion of the cat corpse. There's some undead cat corpse then.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time we've had dead animals jumping up and down.
This is true.
We've had dead animals do pretty much everything except stay dead.
Yep. So like last week or the week before, I shot a cougar. He was like, "Yikes!" and he flew up into space.
Yep. It's like, surprise!
Yeah. Well, he got a jump scare, that's for sure.
Yeah, he jumped so far he couldn't make it back.
Exactly. He was like, "I'm gonna, I'm gonna be Laika second. I'm gonna go orbit the planet now."
Yeah. I mean, you literally scared him to death.
Yeah. Let's see. Fixed tame corpses not applying the colored skin variation of index 0. I don't know what's in index 0, but okay. Default one. Fixed cat carcass materials for bones. Sheep using incorrect carcass blueprint after merge has been fixed. Add a pet mount audio event and animation notifier. Fix electronic food truck requiring 0 power. It should use power, so yeah. Renamed calming clucks to calming bass for sheep. Yeah, if your sheep start clucking, I'm gonna start wondering, you know?
Yeah.
So, fix the typos of aggressive in the new talents. Again, I don't know how it was spelled on the experimental, but I'm glad I fixed the typos. Remove comet coal from the list of fuel. Workshop coal has granted normal coal for a long period of time now. Back in the day, it was indeed comet coal, and it was like a separate coal thingy. It had a separate icon as well.
Yeah.
It was still in the list of fuel for things like torches, potbellies, but also fireplaces, etc., campfires. And lately it had a question mark as an icon, but it was the old comet coal icon.
Yeah.
So they now removed it completely and basically replaced it with the new fuel brick.
Good.
Added packed fuel brick to the list of fuel for things like torches and potbelly, but also other things like the forge, but also campfires, fire pits, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Adding blueprint data to hitch rope and also hitch creature. And added a more suitable throw sound for the stick for the dog. Porting over extra translation animations for sheep to smooth over the movement. Good. Improved position lerp for cat when hopping onto bed. So yeah, you give it his own bed, and what's he gonna do? He's gonna lie at your bed. But yeah, that's cat.
Yeah, I think this should maybe be leap.
Yeah, makes more sense.
Yeah.
Fix some beds not having spots for cats to sleep. Oh, so it's intentional. So they intentionally added spots for the cats to sleep to all beds. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have a cat.
So
You
now
come
I know
home.
who to blame.
You come home from a long night's cave emptying, and you've just unloaded all your stuff, and you've lit the campfire, and you're about to collapse into bed, and you can't because your fucking cat's lying there.
Well, I'll still collapse into my bed. I mean, the cat might collapse as well, but hey, man. Shouldn't have become a cat.
Yeah. There you go. Get a vestige from it.
Exactly. I mean, they are basically forcing us to kill the pets to get the vestige for the trophies, etc. So yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
Now,
how they do it.
now we've got to find all the interesting ways of being able to do that.
Yep.
I wonder, can you stick it in a pen outside and blow it up with a grenade and
Oh,
get
I
the
reckon you can.
vestige?
I reckon you can.
That'll be fun.
Can you pick it up and throw it off a cliff?
Definitely.
No, you can't pick it up.
You can't pick it up. Oh, God damn it!
Doesn't mean you can't make it fall off a cliff, though.
Here, follow me.
Trust me, I'll find ways for it to accidentally fall off a cliff or something.
Yeah, well, all you got to do for that is, build a couple of ledges out and take the early pieces off.
Yep, exactly. Now build a one wide walkway out of the cliff, let the cat follow you, then take out the floor from underneath the cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'll fall down, and you'll follow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Or you build the floor with a trapdoor in it and just don't put the trapdoor in and let the cat follow you.
a cat would should navigate around it. But close the trapdoor, and as soon as the cat is on top of the trapdoor, then you open it. Surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Added missing cat bones to the cougar skeleton.
Whoops.
And here I was thinking it has cougar bones, but okay. Apparently it has cat bones. Sure.
Okay. Well, cougar is a cat, it's just bigger.
Feline, true. Added new animation modifier that can be used to extract root motion information from animation sequences. Improves the boar locomotion animations. Potentially fixed for buggy tamed boar movement on clients. Thank you, especially since I tend to play on DS for better performance.
Mm-hmm.
Cats and dogs are now skinnable and swapped to the correct cosmetic state, i.e. skinned.
Can you? I'm wondering, can you do that on a skinning table? Skinning
Good
bench.
question. Good question. I would need to craft one to see what you
Do
can
we
skin
get
there.
the vestige from a skinning bench?
No.
So you
You,
only get the vestige with the carving knife.
or when using this special backpack, there is one backpack which gives you a vestige even when skinning with a normal knife. It's a
Okay.
workshop backpack. And you tested it a couple of weeks ago. Quite a few.
Okay.
When it came out, you tested it, and yes, it works.
Okay, cool.
Fix trapped creature tooltip not working for clients. Trapped in a snare trap.
Yeah.
Fixed tames not automatically attacking other nearby wolves and boars when set to aggressive. Come on, there's a whole definition of being aggressive, so I'm glad they fixed that.
Mm-hmm.
Trunk merge for Laika. Again, thank you, otherwise we wouldn't have had Laika today.
Yeah.
Submitting a fix for cat eyes and carcass material being assigned by default. Wow, were they cross-eyed before the cats? Or eyes closed? Or I don't know.
There's this thing just whilst you're talking about cross-eyed, right? I used to go to church with my mum on Sunday, right? And for
Mhm.
years I thought that there was a bear in heaven called Gladly that had something wrong with his eyes. Because every week we'd go to church and sing Gladly the Cross-Eyed Bear.
Okay. Were that indeed the words of the, like, were this indeed the lyrics, or did you like hear it as such?
No, the lyrics are Gladly the Cross-Eyed
Ah,
Bear.
yeah. Yeah, indeed. Then I can understand how you would be like, yeah, there's a bear up in heaven who's cross-eyed. Yeah.
Something's called Gladly. Something wrong with his eyes.
Yep. Mama appelsap momentje voor de Dutch people.
Okay.
Let's see.
Added.
Fixed
Oh, did we do the bowl? The
fixed pet
Okay.
balls not filling when water or food inside them.
Mm-hmm. Added carcass art assets for the German Shepherd and updated materials. Added resized wolf bones SK to be used as dog bones.
They're both canines, so yeah.
Yeah. Submitting cat carcass and textures. Added carcass textures for the Labrador and updated materials. There's a cleanup pass for the German Shepherd skinning as well as the skeleton fix and animation fixes for the cat animation and skeleton orientation. So it would be weird if your cat died facing you with its head towards you and its butt away from you, and then you skinned it and it turned its bones around by 90 degrees.
Well, you might have turned it over while skinning it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't turn it around.
Oh, I don't know. You might.
Change texture group to weapon in order to get better resolution for the titanium 9 of diamonds shield.
Was it introduced already, the Nine of Diamonds shield?
Not that I know of. I know where we're going to get a titanium shield, but I didn't know it was a 9 of diamonds.
Yeah, the Nine of Diamonds has to do most likely with the shape of the shield. It has been mentioned before in future content. I
Okay.
have not seen it as being implemented. And I've also not noticed it in the foundry, where I would expect it to be crafted.
Hmm.
This is a fix, but it might be a fix for future content though. We've seen that before.
Okay. And flatline, fixed partially digested enzymes being permanently added to drops after mission completion. Unfortunately, this will not fix existing open worlds.
So yeah, there's a mission where you had to kill animals and then grab the digested enzymes, and you have to run a bit and do something else, like I believe fight some scorpions or so.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you should have had added enough of those digested enzymes to some kind of machine you were running at base. Remember when we were barely making it back in time
Yeah.
to the base? So apparently, if you do this, or if you did this in open world as an operation, it like permanently added the digested enzymes to the drops. It's only usable for this mission. So basically, you have like garbage for
Yeah.
loot pollution after completed this mission. They fixed it as in new operations will no longer cause this issue. Open worlds who have this issue, sorry, tough luck, you'll have to live with it.
Yeah. You'll just have to grin and bear it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you can always
Uh,
start a new open world though, or you restore a backup if you still have a backup from before this issue arose.
mm-hmm. Flatline, we've done that. Added build stairs half concrete, including limestone materials. Still need to add Apex DM.
Limestone, so future content.
Yeah. Update rewards text on prospect selection to be translatable text so that people who are non-English speakers can join the game and have fun just like we do.
Their prospect selection text, the rewards text.
Yeah.
Is now they can now get it in their preferred language.
Yeah.
There's some future content. Roof peak pyramid thatch. So basically 1x1 pyramid peak.
Yeah.
Which has been requested a long time ago. It looks like we are finally getting it.
Yeah.
Nice. Thatch pillar buildable. Come on, we already have thatch. We have thatch beam. So thatch pillar is gonna be something else.
Hmm.
Interesting. I don't know. More translatable strings, server password prompt. Yes. New character level boost, confirm or cancel buttons. You know, so you play a new level, a new character, and you can like get a one-time boost to level 20.
Yeah.
Skip the first 19 levels. Why would you do it? Come on, just fun.
What's
The
the point?
struggle.
What's the point in being level 19 when you've got no blueprints or talent points to go with it?
Nah, it's more like you're basically skipping the first part. Sure, it is. It can be tough because you don't have the blueprints and talents and stuff. But on the other hand, it is fun and challenging sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's part and parcel of the game that is Icarus.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that there are people who are like, yeah, I'm gonna skip those first 19 levels. I'm like, I'm gonna play those first 19 levels. Come on, only cost you like what 30, 45 minutes,
If that.
maybe an hour, and then you are level 20 already. So yeah.
Yeah, doesn't take
But
long.
then again, if you're a new player and you don't have the experience and the skills, I can understand how you would be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip it. So yeah.
Yeah.
And at least it is now those texts there for the level boost is now translatable. Again, very nice for players who play Icarus in non-English.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer Ice Mammoth living weapon. So the biolab customizable weapons. There's going to be those living weapons thingies, I reckon.
Yeah.
Living weapons have been mentioned in future content for quite a while now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a new one, the Ice Mammoth Sledgehammer. Ice Mammoth being the one of the new bosses though. So yeah. Stairs half stone with scoria and ice materials. Cool. Adding Pug Dog, Death Flames Bark, Snore, Drink, and Eat audio in events in the future content. Okay. Iron as buildable material. Submitting the perk, so we don't have it yet. I wonder, perk being a doggy, will it be an extension on the current companion DLC, or will it be a free update, thus giving people who did not buy the companion DLC another chance to get a doggy as companion?
Quite possible.
Well, I gave you two options. Your answer is quite possible.
It would be nice that those who don't buy the extension per se can still have one pet.
On the one side, yes, I agree. On the other side, so currently you want a dog, you buy the DLC. Once you've bought the DLC, a couple of weeks later, like, hey folks, here's a dog for free.
Yes.
But then again, I bought the DLC to support Rocketworks, so I don't really care too much. But this might be something people might be like, not too nice. I don't know.
Okay. Do we also have a
More roof
build?
peak pyramids, more
Yeah.
perks, more
Roof
perks for
peak
future
connector
release. Yeah.
brick.
Roof peak connector for break being the material.
Okay. Roof peak connector. Okay.
Yeah, so you have the roof peak pyramid and the roof peak connector. We'll have to see what that entails.
Okay.
Maybe like if you have a 1x2 and you want like a roof that is angled at 4 sides.
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to be the roof peak connector. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
There's a trophy
Let's
for the
see.
pug.
Yeah, more pug and more roof peak pyramids.
More pug.
Yeah.
More
So that's
pug.
basically the future
And
content.
roof peak pyramids. Yep. Says it all,
Which,
doesn't it?
yeah, which brings us to the end of the patch notes. Long one this time.
Very long one. How long has it been since we've had a 3-hour update?
Very long.
Very
Yeah,
long
then again,
time.
this is a very massive update, the Laika.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, to have to use comments in Steam because they've got a word limitation.
Yeah, it has happened once or twice before, but
Yeah.
and
Literally just
3
once
comments
or
didn't even fit
twice.
in one comment.
Yeah.
So they had to use 3 comments.
Yeah. I mean, that's been absolutely huge.
Yeah. A bit too big, the patch notes, Karel, or the update? Because no update can be too big, you know? But yeah, the patch
Yeah.
notes it's indeed a long one, I know, but sorry, I can't help it, mate. It's just, it is a lot,
Yeah.
which we had to go through.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been working really hard on that big update. So it requires a bigger video to cover it all.
Yep.
But yeah, there's only been like a couple of other updates that's been this long.
Exactly.
So
But yeah, I'm like, these were the updates, the patch notes. So I'd suggest rounding up the patch notes so I can take a quick break and get some gameplay in.
yeah,
It is
absolutely.
already like about 1 a.m. here, so and I do
Yeah,
want to get some gameplay in still. So
yeah, yeah. And yeah, okay. So that's the end of the patch notes. I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who watched, anybody who lurked, and he who participated in the chat, namely Carl. Get the guy on the bigger bundle board. He gets tonight's first medal. Thank you also to Cornet for keeping the Discord channel
anytime.
updated and the Peeps updated. We will be back on Monday night for the 8 p.m. gameplay, and we will be building up the base. Until then, it's a good night from me,
And good night from her.
and we will see you on Monday night. And remember, Peeps, it is a dangerous world out there, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.